we go. Hey, what's up, gang? It is Adam Smith, and it is Proxy Time. It took a little bit to get loaded there. For some reason, it was just loading and not actually doing anything there. So we should be good to go. We are finishing up on the third installment of Stranger Things cards. I missed last week because Halloween was number one. I just wasn't back in time, and so I wasn't able to do that. So this week I'm going to be doing 3 proxies, finishing up the cycle here. So week number 1, you can check out those videos. The first week was Lucas, Max, and 11. And then 2 weeks ago, I did Mike and Will. And this week I'll be doing Dustin, the Mind Flayer, and Jim. So this should go pretty quickly, I think. The only issue I am having is there was not the greatest art for the Mind Flayer. See, this is the one that they provided with the secret layer stuff. There wasn't a good one like let's grab from the bottom so you can see it better. So this, see, I wanted more of the head, but this is the only one that they kind of provide, and that's really the only one out there if I wanted to use the Stranger Things art. And then these were actually really good quality here. It's just weird that they had this really zoomed in. So I think it'll still work. We're going to use probably the Mind Flayer's head to kind of come through the text. So I'll show that, maybe have the fingers and maybe the school coming out the bottom. We'll see when we get there. We'll do that one last because that one's probably going to need a little bit more work. I kind of wanted to start us off with Dustin and get into Jim and then go into the Mind Flayer. So, all right. And then next week, get into the regular scheduled program. I had some proxies as requested by the Discord that I'll probably get into next week unless something crazy happens and I have another surprise thing like this was. This was not even on the radar. I knew that this was coming out. I just didn't know when. And so when this popped up, I was like, well, since I'm going to probably make the Lucas and Max deck, I might as well get these Stranger Things proxies made so that others, if they want to make a deck before the cards even come out, because we probably won't get these for another 2-3 months. So just get you kind of a jump on being able to play this. So, all right. So first things first, we are highlighting the text box. Get that all highlighted. Let's see. That's done. That's done there. So I got to make sure we don't have any. Yep. Don't want to miss that. I did notice I was doing one of the thumbnails the other day and no one's going to notice it, but one of them had one of the letters I kind of messed up, but no one is going to see it. I only noticed it because when I was editing later, I saw it was highlighted. Now in proxies, that's a different story because you keep making the proxies and you'll notice it the mess up. So you want to make sure there's nothing doing this little highlight thing at the bottom with your letters. You especially don't want to do it and then get halfway through the proxy. I've done that multiple times and realize you messed up, and then you have to just start all over again because that sucks. All right, so Dustin, I don't know. I think it's an okay commander cards. I kind of did the more exciting stuff first. I really do like Jim, though. Jim is a pretty sweet, I think, commander. I think that one will be used a little bit here, so we're going to flatten this out. All right, is it Alt or is it Shift? Alt or Shift? I'm going to go with Alt. Let's see if it's Alt. I always mess this up. It was Alt. All right, got it right. So let's get that little bit there. All right, so we're even there. We're even there. Everything looks solid. So let's bring it on over to our image. I don't have the stuff on the bottom because now I'm editing. So now I got to find where is my Dustin art. Okay, so I have no idea how this was going to line up. So this is all new to me. Now, the problems with the secret layer stuff is, as you can see there, the text box that I'm taking has all this stuff underneath. So all the book stuff is here. See, it's right there and right there. But by bringing the opacity down, you won't notice that. And then when we start to bring images forward, so because this is what, normally I get to about 70. Here you can still see what's going on maybe a little bit. But my thought with this one, let's bring it down a little bit more. Originally, I was thinking of bringing this But as you can see, what the problem is if I bring this all to the foreground, you lose the entire card. Like there's not, let me see if I want to shrink this up maybe. If I was doing, no, see, we're losing more. Okay, so my plan is being foiled right away. So what could I do here? I could do a similar thing that I did to Mike in that I make the text box feel like it's on the floor. But again, we're going to be losing that. I can't have that little thing in the foreground. I know what I could do. All right. Thinking of this, bringing to the foreground, this to the foreground. Gosh, this might just be more of just him being to the foreground. All right, let's get this lined up right, and then we'll go from there. I'm going to try to take up as much of this as possible. One other thought I was thinking was flipping the image. You see how this book is here? I don't want it coming over the toughness and power, but if it was on this side, I wouldn't mind that too much. And flipping this image, let me test that out really quick. Let's delete this layer. Let's see if we can flip it. So we need to go, let's see, resize, no, rotate, no, flip. Horizontally, yes. Okay. That's what I wanted. Now let's go to paste. So I can do more things going over the text box, and more of the things I want to go over the text box are on the left-hand side. So, and this doesn't screw anything up. You don't know, like it looks a little different than the original image, which is kind of cool itself. So we're bringing that down to there. Yeah, because, okay, so we can go book coming to the foreground. Maybe this stuff coming to the foreground. Might make this even more like that. And what if I was over a little bit? I'm trying to see those binoculars. You'll lose a tap symbol there if I did that. So maybe just the book. So we'll shift over to the left just a little bit here, and then we'll crop that way. I think that'll work out. What in the heck? Go back. All right. And we'll go like that. I need to bring the bottom up just a little bit. Okay, I think that's good there. Just checking out that top part. It's a little bump. Why did I get that little bump there? There isn't a bump, so I'm just kind of seeing things there. All right, let's get back to Dustin here. All right, so we need to stamp this background. Let's get that. So his ability, tap to add 2, spend this amount to cast artifact spells and activate abilities of artifacts. It's for white and blue. Yeah, I guess you're working with artifacts there. What this is more utilizing is the investigate tokens that are with a lot of these, the other ones that we did before. All right, so we're going to get this book coming to the foreground. Now what we've done is we've made it so that we can bring something that kind of gives that three-dimensional look to it that isn't covering anything that matters, really. This is just your reminder text that we're covering here. So by flipping it, we didn't have to cover that 2, 3. And that's, I don't ever want to cover the power and toughness. And if I do, it's just a little bit. Now we could do this little guy here. Get a couple things coming to the foreground. Let's see how that looks. So part of what you're going to lose a little bit is I don't want these binoculars because we're going to lose the tap ability or tap thing there. So I don't want to do that. I don't want this to go because that just takes up a lot. What I was hoping is I was going to use this cord and have this whole thing in there. but that just doesn't fit. All right, so now we have Dustin a little lower than I originally had, but we can still have his hat through. We're just going right here. That bump there. I'm going to smooth that out just a little bit there. Okay. Anything I want to mess with there? I don't think so. I think that might be it for what I want to mess with. So we got the book there. Now, if we brought this up, okay, that doesn't mess up any of the background stuff. You just kind of can see that there's a bunch going on there. This almost looks a little funky because it's like this is over it and this is over it, but nothing else. So I don't think I didn't do much here. So we're going to back it up a little bit. I think I'm going to just X-nay that out. Let's do that. Bring that down, bring that in. And now let's just do the hat. You do the for sure's first. So I should have done the stuff in the corner with the book. And we know that we wanted his hat to come through. So that's what I should have done first. And the ones that you're kind of adding on, not sure if they're going to work or not, do later. Then you don't have to go and waste time. Okay, so let's bring it back up a little bit. I really think that's all we're going to do with this one. There isn't a lot to it, but we do need to get the logo in there. And plus, we're doing 3 proxies today, so kind of need to save some time there. If I'm only working on one, I can maybe try to find some more stuff to do with that one, but I don't think there's that much more to do with that. And really, this one, we're going to keep this simple. Again, doing 3 proxies, so you don't want to overload it to make this like a hour-and-a-half long proxy time video. So we're just going to have it go right in here as one of the drawer handles. We just want to get the size right. Right there. Yeah, there we go. Now it's centered. Good. All right, so there is Dustin. Now let's move on to Jim. This one I think will be a little bit more fun to work with. And I like this ability as well. I think this is kind of a cool card in general. I'm not sure which one's my favorite, honestly, because I'm making Lucas. That one might be my favorite. Just because of the goading stuff, but that's because I'm making it, so I'm a little biased on that's my favorite. But this one seems the most unique. So it's whenever it attacks, investigate once for each non-token creature attacking. So this is really like driving the point of attacking. It is in red-white, which is an interesting color combo because there are some tokens that you could use, but it specifically says don't use tokens. One of the cards I would think of to use would be like Assemble the Legion. Would be really cool. I'm looking for any chance to play Assemble the Legion because I love that card so much, and I have never put it in a deck yet. Mr. Lowry has, but I have not because I haven't really made a red-white deck that would work with Assemble the Legion. So I was hoping to be able to fit it here, and that just doesn't work. All right, so let's get that curve. Get that? All right. Okay, we got to make sure we didn't miss anything. Letters look good. My lines, let's get a little bit over there. Hey, what's up, buddy? All right, so up down there. This side, and I think we're good. Making Toothless. Who's Toothless? Oh, never mind. I got you. You're talking about Dustin. I'm like, Jim's not toothless. You caught me off guard there. I'm already past that guy, so I completely. Yeah. I don't know if you saw it already, but yeah. So Dustin turned out pretty good. It was pretty easy. I flipped the image so that we could get the book in the front. There's not much more to go with that one. Plus, I got 3 proxies going on, so it kind of went faster through that. Plus, there just wasn't a lot that I could mess with, especially it being a new card. I didn't want to mess with. Oh, no worries. I was just like, I don't. Who's toothless? What am I? How am I missing? I started thinking of How to Train Your Dragon. Isn't that toothless? I'm pretty sure that's what the dragon's name is. So I got confused there for just a split second. All right, come on, get that corner. All right, we're gonna flatten this out a little bit here. All right, alt it. Oh, I went too far. I want there. I went too high that time. I think I went too long there. Why is this guy toothless? You think Jim is toothless? All right. Get that there. Okay. I think I don't like how that looks there. We're gonna have to get this. Let's get that little bit there. God. Not Jim. You're talking about. Now you're confusing the F out of me. Okay, so it's not cooperating where I want it to go. So we're gonna go like that. We're gonna bring it. But see, I don't want all this down here. This is where it wants me to go. And I don't think I want that. Well, let's see. We'll bring it in and we'll see what happens. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna not like this black line there. So let's go over to Jim. Art. He's just old. You know, I might take that as an insult because I feel like now he might be my age. Although, no, he's not. He's older than me. But all right. So that black line. Yeah. See, I don't like how that turned that part. So I'm not going to go back and fix it there. What I'm going to do is fix it here. Because screw trying to get it perfect over there when I can just go in and make the line. That'll be the first thing I do so I don't forget. Okay. So I like this pumpkin here. I like this one over here, but we also don't want to lose this 4/4. So where are we going to position this so we don't lose that? Because I do want this stem would be kind of cool to come through. Jim can come over the top there. My thought with the CommanderSmith logo would be the moon there. I was thinking the light here too, but that just would look kind of weird. A beam coming here. So figured the logo there, Jim there. This pumpkin coming over, this stem coming over, and this. And that's kind of the thought I had with this whole thing. So I think we're positioned pretty good there. So let's crop it there. We have a much higher, much more room up there. So we'll bring that down just a little bit. Give ourselves some space there and come down. Kind of stinks. You know what? I'm going to keep that tall. I get this a little wide. So what we're going to do is go a little bit wider with this because I think I'm going to expand the image inside. All right. So let's get back to our... Come on. There we go. We're going to make it fit inside of this a little bit better. So we'll lose a little bit of that 4/4, but not much. You'll still be able to see what the 4/4 is. It's going to cover part of that text box. We're going to come through right there. Let me double check on that. Let's bring this opacity down more. Okay, yeah, because then I can go boom. We will come through with the stem. Come on, let me see more. Yeah. I think that's what I want to do. I think that works there. Let's see, my cropping is fine. Is it centered? I could go over a little bit. So let's shift the image just a tad. Doesn't matter because I change it later when I'm actually making the proxy itself. Okay, so I think that's a good positioning for all of that. How low do we have this? Get that down to 47. Okay, so let's start with the things we know. Yes, for sure, his head. We are in everything through here. So let's get that in. Start with the things that you know you're going to bring to the foreground. You have no questions on. And then go to the unknown stuff, because then it's easier to backtrack when you do the unknown stuff. So try to draw a straight line. There we go. Yeah, so I think this could be a fun deck to build. You hear the question in my voice, because again, I wanted to use Assemble the Legion, cards like that using tokens. This would be more on the scale of creatures. And then the other part of it is like you're investigating. So I was pressing shift. That's what. Okay, so investigating is fine. Like, I think it's a good mechanic. I like making treasures a lot more because it's just that tap sack thing. Whereas investigating, yeah, you can tap 2 and that works. It's good for card draw and all that stuff. But I end up not using it as much as you would think. What are we doing here? Why are we not? Oh, it changed the mode on me. We need normal. Oh, when I was pressing shift, was it hitting? Yeah, I was hitting the wrong key on the left, so it was grabbing the wrong thing. Backtracking a little bit. Got that stem of the pumpkin there. It's coming down like this. It's actually all the way like that because we made that image a little bit larger. Where is the rest of it? Okay, so it's there. Looks good. You know, again, I wanted that stem through. I'm not positive on this pumpkin because here's my beef with the whole thing. If I bring this to the foreground, that means that everything that basically where this sits should be technically in front of this. So all of this should also be in front of that. So it almost doesn't make sense for me to bring that to the foreground. I may actually avoid that, and we're going to jump to the other side. I'm just smoothing out my lines here. I could see some little nubbins there. Okay, so having that stem, just that looks pretty sweet. And that might be good enough for that side. And then we go to the other side and grab our pumpkin that's below. Oh, remember what I said? First thing first was I was going to fix that text box, and then I got caught up in positioning and what we were going to do. So I forgot to do that. So right after I do this pumpkin, I'm going to go do that, because otherwise I will forget like I already did. So see how I was talking about? I don't like how that turned out there. So what we're going to do is grab that off of there by using this. So we stay within our line and keep a straight line across. A little higher. Make sure that we're... Yeah. Huh. I missed a spot. All right, so we got to get that too. All right, we're going to get... So I want it right to there. So we're going... I might have to do this in 3 sections. So we're going to get the main chunk here with that. And just go like that. That's the nice thing about doing it that way. You don't have to be as precise. You have the box doing its own thing, and then you don't have to worry about doing it. All right, so then deselect. I think we can manually hit these guys up there to shrink it up. Okay, let's move across. We'll get that little chunk I missed there. Okay, I was just checking. I was like, what is that? That's just part of the actual image. I think it's supposed to be the flashlight reflection. Then we'll fix this side. Okay. Zoom out. All right. I honestly think this is the best way to go with this. I don't think bringing this pumpkin will do much. I mean, let's test it out. We can always test it out, bring it back. So we'll just do a quick one. Not a lot of detail. I guess it doesn't look too bad. Like how high pitched my voice got there. I don't know. It doesn't. I might like that actually. Because then what I'm thinking is we could. Okay, are we missing anything on token attacking creature? Okay, no, we're not missing anything there. Just making sure we get on all our lines there. So we could bring this down to like 35. Do it again. So it's kind of faded. So you can see what he's doing there. Let's move up our... I think that actually might work. It brings a lot more dimension to the picture too. My thought process of it before, it still fits. What I'm basically doing is making the power and toughness like mixed in with this rotten pumpkin here. So, okay, we're gonna stay with it that way. I think it actually. So I always test it out because sometimes it works and we got to use it. So let's bring in the logo. Put it where we are gonna put it. Let's not make things complicated because well, we're actually making good time. Almost a half an hour and 2 proxies down. Got a third one to go. All right, so this will definitely be. So original thought was doing the flashlight. But I'll show you why this might look a little weird because you have this bright light source coming from here. And I need to angle that more, but that will, if I'm going to do this, I got to, it just be really, oh, I could do it like that. Like really make it, that could work. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah, that could work. Okay. So, but now that we are going to attempt this, we need to, because that's just straight on. We need to make it because it's an angled. So we got to do that fun thing that I'm not very good at, that I'm just learning how to do. And we're going to skew the crap out of it. So we're going to skew like so. And then it's just kind of a test. All right. See, now we're getting it to the angle I want. So I have that going the right way. Now it's just more of the scale. And you just need that to fit because now we are at an angle. I just dinged in my ear pretty loud. All right, so I need to look close. All right, so that I think I might shift. Let's see, turning it there. I think that's how I want it. Is that how I want it? Shrink it just a little bit. Sorry if I'm making a funny face. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm trying to look at. I don't even know if I'm making it. I'm just trying to figure out. That's hard to see. It's like the light is in my eyes. I feel like I have a little bit. Let's get closer. Yeah, okay. The light's funky. I don't think I can fit. So what we can do, so we're going to do the logo like that. We're going to make it bigger. And then we are going to use the stamp tool and make this a little better. All right, so let's grab our stamper. We have our background. So now we just need to mess with this. So we're going to go like this. Make sure we're on that. Okay, we're good. Oh, you know what? I might not have the right stamp. Let's get that again. Stamp. Back to our layer 2. Why does it feel like it's not grab? Oh, that's why. Can I? It's like, why is it not grabbing it? Because it was at 30-some%. I think it did too much there. Let me back this up a little bit more. Okay. We're good there with our levels. Just trying to make it fit within that flashlight beam. And this is not looking the way I want it to. I think I have the right idea. Although that is actually looking good. I just need, it looks really bad, really close. it looks pretty terrible. All right, I'm backing up. All right, so I know I want, do I even want to mess with it? Oh, I actually think it could stay like that because it's so bright that I'm messing with it. It doesn't make sense to mess with it. So we're going to keep it like that. So that looks fine. That looks good, actually. I have the right levels, a really low level of that. So you can kind of see that it's there. It's part of the flashlight. Boom. We're all good. All right. Now, oh, the difficult one. And there's a lot of reasons why this is going to be the difficult one. The first thing is this text box is just messed up. This is really funky. I not sure how this one's going to work out, but here we go. Worst case scenario is I later go find a Stranger Things, Mind Flare, other image, fan art, whatever art, and redo this one if this doesn't work out the way I want it to. I'm hoping that I can get this to work, but we'll see. It's just my issue is how much you can see through on this image. Yeah, this one's for sure going to be the toughest one. That's why I was saving it for last because I didn't want to get frustrated with it and then being the first one. Just like, F this, I'm done. Proxy time's over. Not doing any more tonight. Yeah, see, this is even getting funky here. Like, well, why is it doing this? It never does that. All right, so we're going to try that again. Just grab right there. Yeah, this is... I'm not looking forward to this one at all. Everything's going weird. Like, the lines are just not being crisp. Like, this should not happen, what it's doing. Like, this should go straight across. What is it doing? Like, that was my fault there. But this should just do a straight line. There's about to be lots of swear words. Lots of swear words. Yeah, I'm not liking this at all. Damn it. Let's try zooming out. Maybe that helps a little. Then it tries to be smart about it. But man, look at this, like this side. This is a freaking black card. What's with this sparkly stuff? Wrong button. Okay, we're just gonna get the gist of it over, and then we're gonna fix it when we bring it across. When we bring it to the upside down. This is what is this? This is ridiculous. I'm doing this on purpose here. Because what I want to do is try to... No, this is what I want to do. Go to there. All right, now we're going to zoom out. It's going right. No, why is it going all funky? This doesn't make any sense. Like, this should not have issues figuring out my lines. I've never seen it do this before, so this is kind of annoying. Like, this is not even... How does it even think that this is even the same? All right. It's all right. Let's just get our lines in, and then we can come fix this when we bring it over. Because it's going to need a lot of fixing. I just want to make sure I get all the text that I get there. Everything's fine over there. Stupid. All right. Let's move up. Let's see. Hopefully the top part works a little better than the bottom. Okay, so this is acting like normal. Yeah, see, this is what it's supposed to be doing, not like making these goofy random circles everywhere. All right. That's the fun part of doing it live, where if I was recording, I'd be able to figure it out and edit it and take a pause and all that stuff. But live stuff, you just do it live. All right. Get my point? Not getting my point. A little closer. I'm just going to fix it anyway, so I probably shouldn't even be too worried about it. Trying to grab that point there. So we'll fix this part when we bring it over. All right, so that looks fine. Let's grab that there. I think we're fine there. Yep. Okay, so let's bring her over. Mind Flare. And let's position this correctly before we start messing with stuff. Now, see how much it's the most you can see through out of any of these. Like you can see that text box. We'll bring this down quite a bit. That'll help. And the other problem is I don't want, it seems like I'm just complaining a bunch. I don't want to bring this school through because this card has a lot going on. I do not want to cover this text. So it's really going to be just the head and just trying to get all this fixed. Is probably what the most of this thing is going to be is fixing the paste, like pasting it over. Shoot. Again, I got to make sure this fits inside of what I'm trying to do here. So this does need to get a little larger. Okay. And we need to shift over to the left. And okay, I think we're good there. All right, so let's work on the easy stuff first. Let's get the top done. Then we'll work on the bottom, which will take the longest. Still want to do the stamp stuff. We're going to get our line straight here again. Probably right about there. Zoom out a little bit, make sure I got it all good there. Okay. Let's get on this. And then all the way across. And let's see. What we will do is head. Well, I'm not done with messing with this part, actually. I don't like what that looks like there. So let's fix that. Oops. Too far. Pointy there. Bring that down there. Okay. Let's make sure we get the other side just as... That one looks a little bit better. A little bit there. Okay, so now let's get to the Mind Flayer's head. And actually, see this a little bit here? I think that looks like foreground stuff there. Yeah, it looks like part of the Mind Flayer's arm. So definitely want that there. So we're going to bring this foreground-wise. Since we don't have as much of the head as I would like, I definitely want this to be the main focus of this image. And it looks like kind of going like that. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Good, good, good. So we did get this kind of coming through there. Is there anything on the top up there? I don't think so. A little bit. Just a tad. Yeah, we could do just a little bit. Just a little bit. Right there. Okay. Not much. But it is kind of showing that that's going through. Lightning, we could maybe even come through if we really have enough time. But I think I have a lot of work to do down here. I can already see it. All right, so we are fixing that. What in the hell? Like, seriously, this is the worst paste over or copy and paste I've ever seen for any card that I've ever done. All right, so we need to draw this a little better. Let's go up to about there. This allows us to draw that straight line. Take that off. And really, it'd be nice if I could figure out like, yes, even that's. There's so many almost swear words all the time. I don't know why I'm censoring myself, but on the live stuff, I try to censor it as much as I can. I don't know why we're not we're not monetized or anything at this point, so it's not a big deal if I swear because they're not docking my pay. Shit. See, came out. All right, I think that's as much as I want to mess with that side. It's a little fatter than I would like, but I think it's fine. Son of a bitch. All right, so then we go down here. Let's check out our lines. Do I like how that ended up? This didn't turn out as terrible as I thought on the bottom, but we're going to still clean it up. This is called the cleanup proxy. All you're doing is cleaning up to make this look like a passable proxy that somebody would actually want to play with. All right, so that cleaned up that. Deselect. I've never had to mess with in here before, so this is a first. All right, so this is going to be pretty narrow. Going to about there. And I'll grab. You're not a big fan of the language? All right. Here we go. I only swore once, I promise. Trying not to in this. Oh, I hear my kids knocking on the door. Good night, boys. Aw. I'm recording right now, buddy. I'll be out in just a sec, bud, and then I got to read. They really like it when I'm recording and want to be in when I'm recording. The nice thing is, like, with the live stuff, I don't care necessarily if they pop in. When I would record before, I really wanted to try to keep it so they were no interruptions because it felt like I needed to be more. What am I trying to think of? Clean, I guess. Make the videos clean, but with live is just you're just doing it live. It makes it really nice, just relaxed. I actually like doing this, even though I only get a couple people on, like yourself, Mr. Parks, but it's kind of nice. Sometimes we'll get a big crew. Sometimes it's just a couple people, and that's totally fine. And sometimes it's nobody, but I'm just talking to air. But then people do watch, so that's the fun part later. People want to learn how to do the proxies. It's kind of the nice thing. But yeah, I've enjoyed doing. Oh, what am I doing? Stop it. All right. We were trying to draw that so I could start editing that and stamp it. There we go. Okay, deselect. All right, I think we are in the home stretch. All right, so this looks fine. I may hit it just a little bit, smooth things out, make this look a little more crisp. Yeah, there we go. Okay, then this whole side here, I need to get better here. Yeah, it's a good learning thing and to watch how it's all done. So that's kind of, and actually if people wanted to and they had questions on stuff, and I'm learning half the time too. So sometimes I'm trying to do new things like the mic one. If you get a chance to look at that one's kind of fun because I've never done a text box give that lay down feel. And that's kind of a newer thing in the last year, messing with like I was just doing in the other one. Messing with the logo, like layout of everything. How made the CommanderSmith logo kind of flat or look like the flashlight thing. I want to use this here just to make sure I get this straight. Here we go. So it's kind of cool, the process with that, for the most part, it's pretty easy. I mean, it's more of just copy and pasting. I guess more what I've done lately is try to make it all make sense instead of I used to just try to get as much to the foreground as possible. And then I kind of dialed that down a bit because I wanted to make sure I wasn't covering too much of what the card did. So, all right, there we go. Yeah, exactly. Yep. And the more you do, the more you, I mean, I'm over, well, for Proxy Time or for Proxy of the Week ones, I'm at like 250, I think, on here. I'll give myself this.
Oh, good for you.
But I mean, I'm probably in the 500s of proxies I've made. Probably, maybe not that high. Maybe it's like 450 or something like that. I want to fix this top part a little bit. Now, this got thin and this is fat now, so I do want to come back to that and mess with that because I don't like how that looks now. Now it doesn't match. So if this would have stayed fat, but because I mess with that, I definitely do not want to keep. Look how much fatter this is here. So we're going to kind of fix this. And a lot thinner up here. Hard part is getting this precise enough. There we go. We got to blend it in nicely. Yeah, I think I've done, probably. I mean, how it started out is just making, once I got my toolbox cards and I was making a deck, then it was after I made the deck, like put the deck together on paper, then it was like, okay, how many of these need to be proxies? Because, I have over whatever, anything over $5 to make a proxy. And so once I got to that point, it was just making proxies just over and over. Now it's turned into more of Christmas special plans. I can definitely do Christmas stuff. I did these for and that's the cool thing lately is because I'm getting a lot more requests from people to do different things and unique stuff that is not even necessarily a request. I've been doing more custom stuff instead of always the regular cards. All right, so this box is a little thicker on this side, but I think we're going to keep it that way. See, we're thinner here and a little thicker on this side. I don't think there's really much I want to do. If I really am going to do anything, I guess I could grab... No, because see how this blends in here. It's kind of just how this box is situated. Now I'm curious. Mind Flayer, there it is. Let's look at this full image here. Yeah, it's just how they did it. Look at that. So it's just and I brought it in. So this is just how the text box looks, which is weird. Then you go to the other side and it doesn't have, yeah, it's just funky. So I think that might be how I lay that one out. Calvin and Hobbes inspired EDH deck. That'd be kind of sweet. So what would your Calvin and Hobbes commander be? What is the commander? All right, so I think I'd have this at 70%. I don't want to bring any of this over. I don't think I'm going to mess with any of that. I think the last thing I'm going to do is just really get this one is just a fix up proxy to make this one actually work. So we're going to do this, and I am just going to kind of distort this one all up in here. Whoops, that's not what I want to do. Let's shrink this down quite a bit. Let's try to find something that would kind of fit with this. Is there anywhere? Okay, we got a nice little circle thing there. Build the deck with flavor up first. Okay. So you don't have a commander necessarily picked out that you want to use? Man, I don't really know where I want to position this. There isn't like a good spot. I kind of like how all this swirling action is going on here. So I may just do there. And then what we're going to do is bring this guy down like that. And I think what I'll do is I'll have pieces of this come through. Gotcha. So you got to get back to making it then. Yeah, I haven't done a whole like when I build a deck, it's themed, I guess. You know, it's the idea theme. But I haven't done like that'd be kind of cool though to have like a Calvin and Hobbes type thing. Let's get that like that. Get that swirl. Let's see what my levels look like here. What I kind of want is it to go like that. So there's this little swirl here. There's this darker image here. And then this bottom image or bottom piece. Okay, so now that just looks weird. All right. I'm going to change a little bit of this. All right. You have the colors picked out. Certain lands, certain creatures. Play group with my sisters is pretty chill. Low power. We'll have a goblin sub theme. Oh, that's kind of cool. And a little ooze. That's kind of sweet. I like that idea. I really like that idea. I'm gonna bring this down even more so I can see exactly what I'm doing here. All right, so that swirl kind of comes through here. So we're gonna follow all the swirls. So we go into this swirl, that guy. I don't know if I want to grab that. I think I'm gonna keep this like that. I actually don't even know where my logo is anymore. I'm just following where these darker swirls are. And then we will kind of see once I bring this back up. Okay, so then we can also do the bottom. I think with the bottom, I'm actually going to get rid of pretty much that whole thing. So I'll have it go like that. Oops. Okay, there we kind of hit it a little bit better. Food tokens to sacrifice. Oh, I hate food tokens to damage black, red, and white. Nice. Pick something else besides food tokens. No, I'm just kidding. That's awesome, though. I'd be curious to see how that all turns out. We're going to get this little guy right there. Why is it not? My stamp tool. Ugh. Changed saturation instead of... There we go. Okay. I think that's how I want to leave it. So we got Mind Flayer. That turned out pretty nice. It was more of fixing the text box than anything. We got the Jim. Jim probably turned out to be one of my favorites out of this. And then Dustin. Dustin was the simplest one. So that actually worked out pretty good. Oh, an hour. I got to get the boys to bed. All right. Well, I gotta probably sign off here. I gotta get the boys to bed. It is a school night, but that is the end of the Stranger Things proxies. So next week we'll get back on the regular scheduled stuff. I think Jeweled Lotus is in the mix at some point here, probably next week, but we'll see. Other than that, oh shoot, I gotta do the drawing. Let's see, gotta grab my box full of names. All right, so this is for Stump the Smith Savant, and this week's stumper is going to be, hey, Seth. Seth, you are trying to stump Lowry this week. Seth, MCQ. So good luck this week. That should do it for Proxy Time this week. I'll catch you guys next week, 7:30 Sunday. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. We'll see you guys. Bye. Sega.